it just takes a couple minutes for the live to actually kick on. So figured I'd say hello to you all before that and ask how you're all doing. Today is Saturday, November 4th. It is 12 o'clock my time. Oh, here we go. Hey y'all. Okay, we are actually live now. Hi friends. Hello everyone. I feel like I have a hair on somewhere. Anyway, hi. Hello. Welcome back, you guys, to another live, whether you were here yesterday or just tuning in today. It's awesome to be with you here again. A couple of things real quick before I turn over and we get started. One is that for whatever reason, my tablet, I use an iPad to watch comments as we're going, and it went ahead and killed itself last night. About an hour ago, I was like, oh no, I need to go charge that thing. I'll bet it's really low and is at 5%. I've been charging it for an hour and it has gotten up to 10%. So that's not looking super great. So I think what I'm going to do, oh, Tim Holtz is live. That's okay. If you want to go watch him, you can go watch him. Come on back. And what was I going to say? Oh, so I'm going to pull it up on my computer too. So it might be a little janky here on how I can read comments, but no matter what, I'm going to get to you guys. We'll be able to do this. So that is that. Today, I'm going to be continuing to work in my Stampy memory planner. This is a passion planner that I've been working in this year as a way to just capture things that happen throughout the day and a place to add some pictures as well. So we're going to finish my October calendar page today. And then I didn't have a chance to write anything in my pages from last night, but we did this one last night and then this one also last night. So today we're going to finish up October. There are 3 weeks to go through. I already pulled out stamps, so that will make things a little quicker. And then we'll do the calendar for October. Depending on time, I may go ahead and set up November and December as well. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn things over. We have much better lighting because it is daytime versus nighttime. So that's awesome. And we're just going to get going. So, like I said, you guys, watch him on 2.5. Yeah, you guys just join in, have fun. If you're working on something that's super cool, we can work on stuff together. And we're just here to hang out. We're just here to hang out, chit chat, get crafty, inspire each other to work on something, and ultimately give me a reason to get this done and caught up. Give me that accountability that I need, that I've been missing. So let's go ahead and turn this over. I'm going to see y'all here. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this in. Okay, I think that should be good. Let's give us some better lighting. And hopefully we're good. Make sure we're kind of straight. I think so. I think we're straight enough. Okay. Hi. Let's see here. Yay. So I'm like, yesterday I got to see a bunch of friends. Last night, because we were here I was live from about 7 p.m. my time to 10 p.m. my time. And then I know that hits different time zones and plans and all of that. For me, Saturday mornings are generally the very best time for me to get in here and work on stuff. But because I'm Eastern time, that means that everybody else is a lot of times still sleeping. So, like if I were to go live at 8 or 9 in the morning, then that's, like 6 or 7, I think, right? 7 to 8, 8 to 9. No, like 5 or 6 on the West Coast. So it makes things a little tricky. Anyway, so this time generally works for a lot of other people. Anyway, it's good. It's good to see you all here. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. I've got, who's here with me? Oh, like I said in the beginning, my tablet is very low on battery because it decided to misbehave last night and die-ish. It got down to 5%. So it's, it needs a timeout. I do have it plugged in. So hopefully it will charge as we're going, but I don't have high hopes for that. So if my tablet dies and I can't see your comments, I'm going to pull it up on my computer and I might just have to be like, and then back and then over in the back. Anyway, Crystal, so good to see you. Callie, so good to see you. And Risa, Mag, oh my gosh, it's been so long. Jill, hi. And Lacey, hi, you're here. You're not late. Nobody's ever late. You're fine. Juanita, Danielle, Christina, you guys, it's so good to see you. Wait, your power is out this morning? it? Okay, I'm really glad we have power too. I would have been not happy about that. Holy cow. Huh. Hi, Caitlin. Anyway, that's interesting. Caitlin, do you guys have power? Because I know you're kind of like between Kay and me. I wonder if you guys, that's crazy. Okay, I'm glad we have power too. I didn't even know that was an option to not have power today. So, you know, good things. All right, so we're going to jump in. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get started. I'm working on week 42. So this was October 16th to the 22nd. I've got my little sticky notes here that tells me a couple of things that happened each of the days. And I've got my stamp pile right here that I'm going to put right here. So what do I want to do? I think color scheme. So I think for the week of Halloween, I want this to just be black and white. So that's all that's going to be. I think that this one, we did some cool Halloween stuff. Ooh, okay, maybe I'll do like black and green because that's kind of like monstery and that's fun. And then maybe I'll do like this. And then, actually maybe not even that. So then I want to do one that's just purple and orange. And then we'll do one that's orange and black. And that should cover the rest of these. I'm going to leave those in case I decide I want that. So let's do orange and black this time. Not orange and black. No, not orange. Green and black. These are Color Theory inks from Studio Calico. I'm using Inky Black and Lime Light are the two colors. I'm also going to pull over these two Tombow Monos. This one is number 126. It's kind of the same, it's very, very close to the same green. And then this one is N65. It's a very dark, it doesn't look like it's very dark, but it is a very dark gray. You know what? I'm going to run into my bedroom, which is the next room over from my studio, because there's a marker I want to grab from over there. I think it's in there. So hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab that. Then we'll get stamping. Okay. All right. Sorry, I had to run downstairs too. It was not in my room, but I think I found it. So, put this back here. I got this like fancy. This is not fancy, but I got this really cool bag. Look at it. I'm gonna show you. It takes up the whole thing though. Look at that. I got this cool bag. It's a laptop bag, but I'm using it as a briefcase because I used to use. Let me see if it's up here. It's not, but it's essentially I used to use something like this as my briefcase, and it was just not very, very not professional. And I recently got that from work, and I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like an actual business professional person. Anyway, so this was in there. All right, the one I want is not N95. It is, please be in here. Haha, yes, N89 I think is the number. I thought I had two. I know I bought another one. Haha, there it is. Yes, N95. No, not N95. It's N89. I really thought I bought another one. What did I do with it? That is very depressing. Anyway, so this is a very, very, very light gray. N89. I use it so much that everything's rubbed off. I really need another one. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so let's get started here. So we've got, I'm just going to alternate green, and we're going to use this gray for the representation of the black, because you can write on top of this gray and see it, but you cannot write on top of black and see it unless you're writing in white. But I don't want to do that. So we're just gonna do, you know, this. I think I want to go green, 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 green. Yes. And then Grace. The gang is back. Yes. Yes, the gang is back together. Across the street all the way to Holly. Wow. Huh. How's everybody doing? So, okay, even if you were here last night, still respond. But if I didn't get a chance to catch up with you yesterday, tell me what you've been doing. What have you been working on? How is life going? What's new? Do you guys have anything new going on? We have added some new things into our schedule, namely for the kids. One thing I will say, so as many of you know, for years, I made I want to call it like side hustle income. I mean, it was a side hustle income. Like, it was not that much. I did not make that much money as a full-time creator. Full disclosure, I think I made in a year between probably around 20,000 when I was working. I want to say probably around 20,000, maybe close to 30. So 20 to 30,000 a year working full-time and more than full-time. Because when you're working for yourself full-time, like, you have to do everything. You have to do your own, marketing, balancing the books, making contacts, being on teams, create. You have to be a machine and create stuff. So it was not a lot. It was not a lot of money. Not a lot of money to make as a full-time person. So that was a big part of why I chose to go a different route. And then also, when I worked at home by myself, well, not by myself, at home for myself, I had a very difficult time creating boundaries between work and, home. Meaning I spent much more of my time working than I did with my family. So that was also a big reason why I chose to do something different. I am currently now, if you don't know, I work for Edward Jones, which is a finance company. So doing things like investing, retirement, making sure that you can live in retirement, or, all that kind of stuff. Insurance, like life insurance. What else? 401ks, even like working with companies and company 401ks. So a lot of stuff to do with personal finance and financial freedom, right? Getting people to a place where they can live with financial peace. So that's what I do now. I am an office manager. So I don't necessarily do I'm not allowed to do any of the selling of any products, but all of the, paperwork and communication and all of that is from me. Okay, so that gets me that. That's what I do now. And it is just a 40-hour-a-week job. I go to an office, so I don't work at home anymore. So that gives me a very clear boundary between work and home. I'm actually unable to access anything when I am not in my seat at the office. Like, I have to be in the office in order to access anything. It's a lot of personal information, so that does make a lot of sense with confidentiality and all of that, but I wouldn't have access to that sort of thing, like, in my home, So it really helps to set that boundary, and that's so great. I also, the financial advisor is one of my very good friends. We've known each other for over 20 years. She has been running her own practice for 5 years and then was able to finally hire someone to help her, and so she hired me. And the cool thing about working with somebody who you've known for a long time and who's in a similar stage of life, she also has a young son, is that it allows us to work our schedules so that we can still maintain the priority of being with our families. So for example, I was able to create my hours so that I go in very early. I start work at 7 in the morning and I get off early at 3 o'clock so I can leave and go pick up the kids, which is awesome. It is awesome. And then, you know, like on Fridays, I'm able to go and volunteer in my son's classroom every other week. So I can be there with him. Or like the kids had a Halloween part, or Izzy had a Halloween party for her class on Tuesday last week. So I was able to take a portion of the day off to go and be a parent volunteer at her her Halloween party, which an everyday regular corporate 9 to 5 job, that wouldn't necessarily be an option, especially not since I haven't even technically been there for a year yet, you know? So that's been really a really good thing. And the other thing I will say about making a major switch in what I have done, the biggest benefit I have seen is that it allows me to, I have sacrificed some of the time that I would have spent doing things like this, you know, being crafty, being up here and documenting things. I have sacrificed some of that, and that does, it does tug on me a little bit of like, oh man, I wish I could do more and blah, 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 all that stuff, right? At the same time, I have been able to put the kids in after school activities and take them to those activities. So I'm able to get them more involved in just living life and experiencing things. And that has been really a big blessing. And you'll see that as we start to fill these pages out, because in October, we started the kids in a lot of new activities that they are doing on a weekly basis. It does make me especially, incredibly busy. Like it is a very, very full schedule. But I really feel like it's been super worth it. And also my income is better, you know? So like I'm working 40 hours and I have a better income than I did before. So that's also been super worth it. But the bigger thing for me has been the ability to feel like I'm a better mom to my kids. I do feel like I'm a better mom to my kids now that I have an outside of the home regular job than I was when I was doing this. Because on the surface, I mean, you look at like Instagram and you look at YouTube and all these like pages that I'm making and blah, 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 that shows you everything we've been doing. At the same time, that doesn't really show you everything, you know? A lot of those, I don't want to say that they were manufactured, you know, manufactured moments, but a lot of times it could feel that way of like, well, I'm going to be doing an October daily, so we need to make sure we're doing something Halloween every day. And then I'm, you know, like breaking my back to make sure all of these Halloween things are happening and all of that so we can have the perfect Halloween season, da da da, you know? And yes, we made a lot of really cool memories for the different seasons, for the different times around the year, but at the same time, I felt very disengaged. So it's been nice, I guess is what I want to say. It's been nice to do something different where I feel like I'm able to be there a lot more for my family than I was before. Okay, I want to do this one first. So it's been good. All right, so here's what we got. So the 16th of October, you guys, you know what it's, okay, here's something really funny. I'm going to show you this because I was flipping through this yesterday and I was like, oh my God. Okay, so yesterday I was talking about how Izzy had a dentist appointment where she got one of her baby teeth pulled because it had a really, really deep cavity that they couldn't do anything about. So they decided to just pull the tooth in addition to 5 other cavities. And Jonah had 2 cavities. After 8 years, and here's the thing, we had 8 beautiful years of my kids having 0 teeth problems, 0. And then this time around, they got their x-rays done and all that stuff. Izzy had 6 and Jonah had 2. So it was kind of like, you know, 8 cavities for the 8 years that we didn't have anything. Couldn't believe it. So I was flipping through this and I I use this tooth stamp. Well, there's a couple different tooth stamps on that set, but I use those to designate the dentist, right? So I was like, okay, if I look back through this, when did it start? Did it start in August or did it start in, no, that was me. Okay, so here's August. So in August, I went to go get my teeth cleaned. Okay, then I took Izzy to the dentist on the 18th, and that's where I found out she had 6 cavities. And actually, I think Jonah was here, and I don't think I put him on here. Did I? I must have missed it, because so I took Jonah, and I found out he had 2. And then I took Izzy, and I found out she had 6. So then we had a week off of the dentist, 2 weeks off of the dentist. Excellent. Then we go to September. Oh yeah, because they couldn't get us in for a long time. It was like a whole month later. Then, where we got, oh, here's another one. There's Jonah's fillings, right? And then we had Izzy's pulled tooth. And then we have Izzy's other fillings. I was at the dentist so many times. By the time we were done with this final appointment, I told the dentist, I was like, listen, I don't want to see you again for another like 6 months. And then when I see you again, that better be it. Like, there better not be any more, no more appointments. I don't want to be here. Anyway, it was just a funny thing. So we have since the kids, came home with all of that wrong with their mouths, we have been teaching them much better teeth hygiene, which is good. I suppose we should have done a lot sooner. Anyway, so they now brush their teeth for their full 2 minutes. I got them the spinny toothbrushes because we never did that before. And then they floss while we help them, and then they do mouthwash, and they've been a lot better about it. And every time we're like, listen, we don't want you to get more cavities because that was horrible, right? They're like, yeah, that was horrible. So they've been a lot better about it too. Okay, so we're going to do that for swim lessons. So in about March, we put the kids in swim lessons for the first time. We are going to Disney for the week of Thanksgiving. We're going to be there the whole week. And the kids needed to know how to swim because they didn't swim without life jackets and floaties. We're like, listen, we can't go to Florida and go to Disney and you guys don't know how to swim, so you're going to learn. So we put them in swim lessons in March. So that would be March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So 8 months they've been doing swim lessons. Izzy is one class. She's in the very final class of swim lessons where they're learning to do the butterfly stroke and the breaststroke and all of that. Once she passes out of that, then she's going to actually join a swim team, which is really cool. Jonah has grown one lesson. He's got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. So there are 5 classes that they would go through. He started in the first class, and he passed out of the first class into the second one in October. So it took him 8 months to be able to kind of swim. He sinks. He gets it from his dad. He 100% sinks in the pool. What do I want to do here? I think I want this plan of action stamp, but I think I'm going to cut it apart. So anyway, that's one of the activities that we've been doing. That's been really good. They really, really like swimming. But we started that earlier in the year. Okay, so I want plan of first. And then, so this was the very last dentist appointment that we had to go to. That was Izzy getting 2 cavities filled. No pulled teeth that time. And then this little Lego stamp I'm using to signify that they participated in a Lego coding after school activity that day. Really, it was just Jonah because I had to take Izzy to the dentist. But the following week, they both were able to go to it. So our school has started offering after-school activities throughout the year. They're usually about 3 weeks long. They're inexpensive, which is really nice, and it allows them to just stay at school a little bit longer and do some fun things. So that was the Lego. It was Lego robotics, basically, but coding is what they called it. So that is that. Then Tuesday, I was going to talk about a work project that I was doing, which is just creating an Excel document to, you know, to house data, you know, fun stuff. For me, it's fun. For everybody else, that's probably not fun, but I like it. And then the pool time designates the swim lessons. I guess I can put those away. All right. So that's that. We're going to go back to green again. All right. Oh no, it's choppy for you all? Okay, hopefully it fixed itself. I'm going to hope. Let's see. I'm going to take a minute and look through some of your comments. Let me know if it's still choppy. On my tablet, it looks fine, but maybe it's different. Oh, Danielle, I see you're taking a bookbinding class at the library. That's so cool. Okay. Project Life. Caleb, I see you're here too. Hi. Okay. Oh, Callie, I see your question about the dentist and if it's the, yes, we've had the same dentist the whole time. Yep. Yep. No. Mom, work, craft, life, bounties. Yeah, Crystal, I would definitely be willing to share some of that stuff. For sure. Okay. All right. Whoop. I'm sounding like a robot. Oh no. Okay. Has it fixed itself, you guys? Is it fixed? That's all I need to know. Swing. Just the voice. Is it still the voice? I don't know why it's doing that. Sounds better. Okay. All right, good. I'll tell you right now that when that stuff happens, when it gets choppy or when the voice goes weird, there's really nothing I can do to fix it. A lot of it has to do with like internet speeds and the bandwidth, like how many people are using the internet and all that kind of stuff. Usually the daytime is better for that sort of thing. But yeah, there's really not a whole lot I can do to fix it. Mostly because I'm using my cell phone as my recording device. A lot of people who do lives like the bigwigs, like Tim Holtz or Lael by Mail. She does a lot of Lael Conair. Who else does a bunch of lives? Victoria, Marie. Those types of people, I believe, have these really fancy programs that they use on their computers that helps them use multiple cameras and then usually has an external mic. So the sound is a lot better. But I never invested in any of that kind of equipment. I'm glad I didn't because, you know, I'm not, it's not my job anymore. But it does make a really big difference in terms of the quality of the audio and really the quality of the video too. So just so you know that I wish I had perfect video and perfect sound. And I do the best I can, but yeah, a lot of times I can't fix it. But it is good to know when I am a bigwig. Oh, I'm not a bigwig in the terms of like I don't have all the fancy stuff. Like I didn't do all the fancy things. Oh, what do I have here? Grocery shopping. Why did I bring this? Oh, because they painted pumpkins. They painted pumpkins this day. For their fall fun class. They did a fall fun class at school. Anyway, so I apologize for any video choppiness or sound choppiness. That's all I gotta say about it. Okay, so I got a little pumpkin. So the school did these after school activities, right? So in October, we signed them up for 2. So they did a Monday and they did a Wednesday. The Monday was the robotics, I guess not robotic, they called it coding. So Monday was coding. And then on Wednesday, they did this really cute class that they called Fall Fun. And they did a different fall activity every week. So, and they still have one more week. I think next week is their last week of this because they skipped the week of Halloween. Anyway, so they got pumpkins and they painted them and they brought them home. They were so proud of it and they wanted to like decorate their bedrooms with it. It was very cute. Do I need this for anything else? I don't think so. So that is that. And then on Wednesday, after work, Kate and I went to, it wasn't really dinner. Like we went and got some drinks. We went and got some like, I'm going to put margaritas because we went to a Mexican restaurant and got some drinks and just had like some heart-to-heart conversation about life, about work, about, you know, things, because Kate and I, you know, Kate's the financial advisor, my business partner, right? I'm her business partner, her business, and now I'm her partner. Kate and I have known each other since we were 12. No, yeah, probably about 12 is when we first met. And we are now 35. So that's 23 years. It's a long time to know somebody. But we had a period of time that we weren't really in contact with each other. And that would have been probably from the end of high school. And we were really good friends like the first couple of years of high school. And then we kind of went our separate ways. So I want to say from the end of high school until maybe about 7 years ago. So a very, very large chunk of time where we were not a part of each other's lives. So there was a bunch of stuff that we missed out on, you know, and big life things that we missed out on. So she and I went to the, I just want to put you here. We went to a Mexican restaurant after work and had a little bit of a heart-to-heart about just some of like the harder parts of life that in our time in the last 7 years we really haven't had a chance to talk about or a need to talk about, you know. And so now that we're working together, we're with each other all the time. It's important for us to have more context about those missing years. So that's what we did. So we went and had a good heart-to-heart. We were able to talk about like, as when you start to work with somebody who whether you've known them forever or you've just met them, there are kinks that you have to work out, you know, like communication styles and things that get under your skin with each other. And so it was a lot about that too. Like, how can we work better as a team to, for me to feel really good in the job that I do and for her to feel good about the job that I'm doing and or feel like she's being supported the way she wants to be supported. So it was just a really needed conversation. So I want to put that on here for sure because that was an important thing. Next, after our heart-to-heart conversation, it just so happened, like serendipitously, that Brandy Kincaid's Extravagant Hope mailers opened back up with spots. And I had looked at getting Kate the subscription for her birthday in September, but at that time it wasn't open. And so I popped into Instagram. I saw that she had opened up spots that very day. So the first thing I did in the morning is I jumped onto Brandy Kincaid's shop, which is called The Shiny Bits, I think, or maybe just Shiny Bits. And I ordered a sub for Kate for extravagant hope mailer, and I also ordered one for me. I don't know. I might keep it for a while, like keep the subscription for a couple months. I might just do a couple. I'm not sure. I might do it for the whole year. I used to subscribe to it back, I'm gonna say about a year ago, and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. But I was trying to reduce down the subscriptions that I had and the things that I was buying, how much I was bringing in. And so that one I let go of. And then now I feel like it serves a really good purpose for multiple things. You know, we have big goals that we're trying to reach. We're in a work environment that sometimes can feel, you know, when you're working with people's money, there sometimes can be confrontation over that sort of thing, or harsh words shared. If something's not going exactly the way that people might want, you know, and it might be things we have no control of, or, you know, for me, it might be things I have no control of, you know, or whatever it is. So it's nice to have those little nuggets of inspiration to tell you, like, you're doing a good job and you're showing up, and that really means something. So I was like, that will be really good for me, and then also really good for her. So I'm excited about that. So that was that. My impulse bought, this says best impulse buy. I impulse bought the extravagant hope mailers. And then also, Kate and I are both words of affirmation love language people. So it allows me to have some postcards like in my desk for the hard days, to be able to just pull out and write her a nice little note. And, you know, leave that on her desk too. So I wanted to build up a stash of those. Or, you know, like sometimes in our work, because we're working a lot with legacy stuff and estate planning stuff, every once in a while things happen with our clients where they go through, maybe it's a major life change, it could be a death in the family, it could be, you know, starting new jobs. Like we're really a part of these people's lives in big ways, which is super cool. And so also having a stash that I can then, you know, pull something out and send a really meaningful note to clients. I thought it would be good for that too. So I'm doing that. Okay, then I've got book club. We did our local book club. No, this would have been Shelf Life Book Club. It was on that day. So that's going there. This is a stamp from close to my heart. So it's called I'd Rather Be Reading. And I loved it because it had this really pretty book club stamp. But it also has like a cat sleeping on top of books and a shelf of books and the eyeglasses. This is so cute. I loved it. So I got it. I need more reading stamps. Like I need, you know, another arm. Actually, another arm could be really helpful. So maybe that's a good argument for having more stamps. Who knows? Okay, so we've got this. The next, let's go back to green, back to the side. Okay, so next I've got Jonah had a well visit at the doctor and got himself a flu shot, and he does not like shots, as he tells me all the time. In fact, after he got his COVID shots, like before school started, he was asking me every time we got in the car, like, are we going to get another shot? You know, am I going to get shots again? Am I going to get shots? I'm like, listen, no, you're not. You're going to be fine. We only get those like very rarely if you go to the doctor. And then when he got the flu shot at the doctor, he was a champ. It was totally fine. We left and he was like, that didn't hurt like I thought it would. And I'm like, yeah, you don't say. But it's worse when we fight it, which is generally what they do, is fight it. So we got, you got this for the flu shot. And then we went over to our friend's house to, we were going to do a movie night with them, but we ended up just hanging out and the kids just played. So I kind of want to do this one that says, totally love watching this. And I'm just going to put this and say, you know, watching the kids get to play with their friends and having time to hang out, something like that. Again, I don't need a ton of room to jot a note, so I'm just going to put it like that. There we go. And then, I actually want to keep this out because I might want it later. Just this one. No, I don't put you there though. Let's put you there. Okay, and then for the last one, I'm going to combine these 2 days. And what I'll do is black for the big thing. So on Saturday, we put up our Halloween lights on our house after we had a completely lazy day for most of the day. I just sat around and read books and the kids played video games. Then Aaron's like, let's go outside. It's nice. And we put the lights up. I was proud of him because that's, you know, taking initiative, which is good because I have not been taking a lot of initiative when it comes to the, just to anything lately. So I was happy about it. And then while we were out there, the kids got out some sidewalk chalk and we drew pumpkins and we just had a really nice time. So that was here. And then on the 22nd, Sunday, we went to our local apple orchard and we did all the things. So we went to the corn maze, we got donuts and cider, and then we also picked our pumpkins at the pumpkin patch. So kind of all fall Halloween-ish. So I'm going to use this really cute haunted house stamp. This is from scrapbook.com. It was adorable and I could not pass it up, so I got it. All right. Okay. Plus, you might be shocked to know that my Halloween and Christmas stamp collection I've since kind of beefed it up a bit. It was really sparse. I did not have a lot of Halloween and Christmas stamps at all. I think because I normally use a lot of paper in my documenting that I normally didn't get the stamps. So anyway, so I beefed that up because that's primarily what I'm using these days. Isn't that so cute? Okay, so I've got the haunted house to kind of represent all of that. And then do I want to add, I think maybe I just want to add some maybe I'll put like a little black spider on this side and then a little, like some green sparkles on the other side. And we'll call that good. It's like a little black spider, cute. And these, you know, I agree with you, Caleb. I see your comment about stamps getting really expensive. They are. And I'll tell you that for me, the ones that I stocked up on the most were Heidi Swap. She did a big sale, it was probably about a month ago, I guess. And I stocked up on some of hers because I liked them. And then I think I'm going to do it like that. Yeah, that's good. And I also stocked up on a bunch from Echo Park, which is on scrapbook.com. And those were they were more inexpensive. The Allie Edwards, Studio Calico, and even Heidi Swap are all pretty pricey these days. So when you see a good sale, that's generally when I'm shopping them. And then also, there are some really cute ones on scrapbook.com. So if you look, like I would look for like their own brand. And then the Echo Park has a bunch of cute ones. I'm trying to think who else I found some from. This one, where are you? Although this one was expensive. It's called Dear Wildflowers. has seasonal icons that I thought were really cool because I use a lot of icon stamps in here. I liked this one too. There's a Christmas one, I believe, too. But that one was more, that was more of like an Allie Edwards, you know, price. Studio Calico, that sort of thing. Okay, so I got that. Put that to the side. Okay, so that is going to be, oh, and I need something here. Right? Oh, and I need something here. I never put one here either. All right, let me see what I got in here that I can fit. Do I have none of you? This one. I think I'll do this one. So we'll go, come on. Okay, so I think for here, maybe I'll do like this eek. Am I done with green? I think I'm done with green. Oh yeah, Ellie's Studio. Theirs are good too. I'm a huge fan of Paper Person and Everyday Explorers, but theirs are also kind of the same as the other brands too. Like you're not wrong. They are getting expensive. And the prices just keep going up. Okay, so we'll do that one there. This one I want to do, maybe we'll just do this one. It says all things spooky and scary. Sure. Okay. And then since I have this out, I might as well fill in the next one here. So this one we'll put, look out. No, I want Boo. Oh, especially because we did the Boo at the Zoo was a different week. Well, we did other stuff this week, so it's fine. So we'll go Boo up there. And then Trick or Treat we'll put on this week. Okay, and then I can put this back where it was. Okay, cute. There we go. Now I don't have to worry about those. All right, and I got you from here. All right, so next we are going to do purple and orange. Oh, and on this one, I'm going to add my lines onto here so I have something to write within. Okay. There we go. That page is ready. Okay. Oh, Caleb, you changed. So you changed from translations to family engagement, team of 3 to just you. Oh, that's awesome. Family engagement is a great place for you to be, Caleb. Coco Loco, 25. Yep. Let me see. Oh yeah, Carrie Bradford stamps are also really good. Caleb, you made some of your own? That's sweet. Hi Susan, it's good to see you. Card making, dies and stamps. Yeah. Huh. I do too, Caleb. I want to see what your self-carved ones look like too. Okay, moving on. Moving on here. So let me put this back to there, and we'll get out my next stack of notes to here. Okay. Okay, so and my next stack of stamps too. All right, so we are doing, actually, no, I'm gonna put you over here. It's easier. Okay, so on the 23rd, we had coding class again. I actually kind of want one. Do I have one over here? No. Did I not get it out? Possible. Yes, okay. Is there anything like, actually no. We had a really important thing happen at work this week. I kind of want something that's like celebratory. You are awesome. Girls get to, okay, yeah. This one is the one. Okay. So Monday was my brother's birthday. I sent him a text to say happy birthday. Cats. So annoying. Okay. How do I want to do this? I think I want to go orange and then purple. So we're going to grab my purple and my orange and you to draw my lines. Okay. The purple I'm using, can we move? Can you go over there? Over there. Go to your spot. Oh. Okay. Over there, please. No, stay. No, stay back there. So the orange I have is a Tombow. It's 925. It's kind of a bright orange. Go back. And then the purple, I don't have a Tombow that's the right kind of lavender shade of purple, so I'm using a mild liner instead. So this is just the violet is what it's called. If you can't chill out back there, I'm going to kick you out. Thank you. So we're going to go orange and then purple. These are my two kids' favorite colors. Jonah's favorite color is orange. My favorite color is also orange. And then Izzy's favorite color is purple. Okay, so there's that. And we're going to go Monday. These will not line up the same as up there. It's fine. Because I want them to alternate down here. Okay. There's the orange. And then the purple. Do I miss creating pages? Asking for a friend. Hilarious. Part of me, yes. And part of me, no. I don't know. I think it's complicated. I feel very conflicted about it. I haven't had any desire to create scrapbook pages. You are killing me. You're killing me. I haven't felt the desire to. I don't know. At the same time, I've thought about it. I thought about doing the thing, what is it? I'm going to call it Thankful. It is Thankful 30. I thought about doing Thankful 30. I don't know. When I look back at some of my albums, I think the ones that I am still most thankful to have are my Project Life albums. And the thing that I like about the Project Life albums, and I'm talking like the 9x12s pocket pages, is they were so easy to put together. They were so easy. I like the 6x8 ones. I like them for their size and the fact that I can include them with the larger stories, but they're not easy. Like you still have to cut things all apart and all of that, you know. So I like them, but also I don't know. And then the bigger stories, I feel like next year for 2024, I've made zero commitments on what I'm going to do next year because I honestly don't know what I want to do next year. But what I've been toying with is the idea of creating a digital Project Life and then getting it printed at the end of the year or the beginning of the next year. I've thought about that. Because I don't necessarily want to subscribe to anything. Are you kidding me? No. Stop. Go to your own spots. You're Cats. Cats are annoying. Pets are annoying. Okay, I gotta kick these guys out of here. Or put them in a different spot. All right, you. How about you go up here? There you go. You're welcome. Did I stamp this yet? No, I didn't. So I'm contemplating that. I'm contemplating doing a digital Project Life or trying to decide if I want to go back to a 9x12 pocket page. But I don't want to subscribe to anything. I don't want to actually buy anything. I want to use what I have. I have a ton of digitals. So I'm like, I could just use digitals and that would be fine. Hence maybe I'll just do it digitally. Or I still have a pretty large stash of Ali Edwards products that I bought from forever ago or things that I've accumulated over time. So I'm like, I could just do another physical one, but I want it to be easy. It's got to be easy because I just don't have time for it these days. It's got to be easy. I've thought about that, of how to continue Project Life. I also will eventually go back and finish this year's of Project Life, but you know, maybe later. Hence this is going to help me when I do that at some point. So maybe Project Life in some form, but I feel like I want to go back to making one regular spread or one, 6x8 layout spread for my kids, for each kid each month. So like one story for Izzy and one story for Jonah, as theirs are the ones I really, really don't want to be lost. I like the way that their albums were coming together. I'll pull one out and you'll see I haven't kept up on it, and I would like to. I need to go back and do it. So like this would have been Jonah's, right? So he's got like a story from January and a story from February. Actually, I had 2 stories from February. This would have been, I think, March, and that was March, and then this was April, and this was May. So I had one story for each month for them because things progress and change so quickly that I feel like I'd like to put my focus there, that I'd like to try to dedicate some time. You, go. I'd like to dedicate some time to scrapbooking my kids' stories, but there's no way in hell that I will have enough time to scrapbook them all. I just will not. So I need to let go of that and find a way to still document some of those important moments throughout the year and let that be enough. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. This is what I need. So I don't know. The big thing for me, I'm going to do this again next year because I really enjoy this. And it allows me to still jot some things down. And if the worst, it allows me to use my stamps, first of all. Because as we talked about, they are very expensive. And I feel less bad about having them and having bought them when I actually use them. So that I want to continue. Let's see. Oh, maybe here's 2. And so that's a big motivation for me. So I want to do this again next year. I really love it. It's super fun. And I will be doing a reading journal next year. I made my reading journal part of my regular planner this year, and I did not like it. So next year I'm going to go back to having a reading journal, and that's going to be something. I don't foresee it being really crafty, though. I just foresee it being kind of a place to jot down stats and notes and those types of things. So I want to do that, and then I've got my regular planner, my budget planner. Like, there are other things that I have to do for maintaining the family and lifestyle sorts of stuff, and that already starts to feel like a lot with little time, So I don't know. I've been struggling with it, I think, on what do I want to do? What do I actually feel drawn to do? I don't know. I think at the very minimum, I want to Like, even if I don't do Project Life and all I do is this and a story for Izzy and a story for Jonah and have that be it, that might be it. This might be my Project Life, you know? I don't know. Girls, get it done. Yes, that's what we're doing because we got it done. Kate and I were trying to grow our branch to the next level. There's a level system where you can be up to a level 10. We were a level 2, and the big milestone was to get to level 3, and we finally hit it in this week. So that is a big story to tell. So I'm going to put that here. And that'll be that. Oh yeah, it's the first Saturday. I'm like, the sirens are going off. Okay. All right, so we got that. We're good there. Let's move on to purple. We're actually going to rearrange some different things in our house either towards the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So one of the things I've wanted to do forever, and I mean from the time we lived in our old house, was to build a wall of bookshelves that flank the sides of our fireplace. So in the new year, I have asked my dad, like for Christmas, I'm like, for Christmas, can you just like help me to make this wall of bookshelves? Just help me with it. It's all I want. So I think he's going to help me with that. So we'll have our living room a little bit more updated. You know, we have a big project to do in there. So that's one thing. But the real priority, the real project that we need to do is we're going to move Aaron's office into this room. So I am not going to have this as a crafting studio anymore, at least not next year. I'm going to leave my ceiling mounted camera thing so I can just bring up a table and do do something like this. But that's fine. But I'm not going to have my own dedicated space. So this table and a lot of my supplies I'm going to move to the basement. Some things I'm just going to put in storage based on whatever decision I make for what I want to do documenting wise. And then we'll go from there. Let me see if I can. What happens if I layer this on top? So it's just purple on top of purple. Can I see it? Not really. Okay, let's try that again. So that's really big. So he's going to come in here. This is going to go to the basement, which is, you know, not finished. It's cold. So it's going to have that whole thing to get used to. Okay, we'll do it like that. And then his office we're going to turn into a piano / game lounge. So I'm going to build, well, I'm going to obtain a free piano. I just have to get it to my house. And because one of the things that Izzy has started this month is piano lessons. So she's starting to learn piano. I actually played piano for, I want to say like 8 to 10 years. When I was younger, I haven't played since college. But I have, you know, a lot of experience with piano. So we're going to get a piano. We're going to put it in the middle of the room, in the middle of the wall in that room. I want to build bookcases around that as well. And then have like a low, kind of maybe a big coffee table in there with some comfy chairs to play games and do puzzles and do that sort of thing in there. And then the piano to have 2 little mini benches so you can pull those out and use those as additional seats. So that's what we're going to do down there. I'm really excited about it. But the first thing I have to do is to figure out this room with Aaron and, you know, what does he want his office to look like and feel like and all of that. Because right now it's pretty girly. Like it's got the polka dot wallpaper. That's going to have to go. We might re-wallpaper it in here. I don't know what we're going to do. It's a small room. It's a pretty small room. So we thought about like maybe it could be a guest bedroom / office, but I feel like it's maybe too small for that. So if it's just an office, then like what the heck are we going to fill this room with? I don't know. So I got to figure that out. But that will be fun. That's a big thing happening. And I guess my point to that is with my studio moving to the basement, you know, I'm going to have to make some decisions on what I'm going to do documenting next year so that I can make sure I have room for it down there. That will be it's going to be a whole thing. Okay. So this was Izzy's first day of piano lessons. That's what we got there. Oh, who had to leave? Caleb. Bye, Caleb. And wait, what's YNAB? Lindsay, what is YNAB? I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I'm just seeing that on here. Oh, and I'm at 1%. This is gonna die soon. I'll have to pull up my computer. Anyway, so yeah, Izzy started piano lessons. That's been really fun. She's only had one because last week would have been number 2, but it was Halloween, so we didn't go. So she'll have it again next week. So far, she's really liking it, which I'm happy about. I need to get her to practice though. So then later this week, I think it was here. Yes, I actually bought a keyboard for now because she needs a way to practice. So I found a full piano size, so 88 keys keyboard that I got off of Facebook Marketplace. Went and picked that up so we have a way to practice at home. I wonder if I could fit you on here too. And then we had swim lessons the same day. So this day was like crazy busy. So I hadn't had a chance to switch their lessons around. Now they're doing lessons on Sunday mornings, starting this week. So, total rearranging of everything. Okay, so that is Tuesday. Then for Wednesday, what do I have for Wednesday? The 25th. Ah, yes. So we hit that major milestone at work on the 23rd and the 24th. On the 25th, Kate and I went and did a little celebration and went to the movies to see Beetlejuice, which I've never seen in theaters before. That was really fun. I love Beetlejuice. It's such a weird movie. Like it's bizarre, but I love it. You know, it's just like cult classic. It's good. So I have that for this day that we went to Beetlejuice, like at lunchtime. It was fun. It was a good way to celebrate. And so I'm just gonna put these bats here to represent Halloween something. And then what do I have after that? So then, and then Aaron made us steak and potatoes and vegetables. I don't think he's ever cooked steak before, but he has this guy on YouTube that he loves to watch. His name is like Jake? No. John? No. I'll have to think about it. It might come to me, it might not. But he's obsessed with watching YouTubers cooking stuff, and he watches like MasterChef, and he's obsessed with food. Like he probably could have been a chef if he wanted to. Like, you know, he just has a passion for it. Anyway, so he made us a steak dinner on the 25th. It was so good. It was so good. So So that is definitely getting documented. That's what I have a picture of for the day when we do the pictures, but man, it was so good. Okay, and this is totally going to see if I can get it all. No, good enough, yeah. There we go. So we can write about cooking that day. All right. That would be Wednesday. Thursday. We're back to purple. Okay, Thursday I went and got my hair done. So we're calling that a self-care day. For me, it was just getting it all like retouched up and everything. Speaking of hair, I have to tell you guys that I've been using, oh gosh, what's it called? Biolage, the Biolage brand of shampoo and conditioner. I've had the same bottle of shampoo and conditioner for probably 5 years. Like, they're huge. I only take a couple showers a week. You know, like I only wash my hair probably twice a week. And so they just last forever, but they are expensive. They're like $45 per bottle. Okay. So I'm all out of both and I need to rebuy them. I went to the store like 2 weeks ago because I needed to get more for myself. I saw the price tag. I was like, oh, I cannot do it. I cannot spend $100 on shampoo and conditioner. I just can't. So I got cheaper shampoo and conditioner. That is still like color care, you know, it helps to maintain your color, blah, blah, blah. I hate it. Like I come out of the shower after I have cleaned my hair. I took a shower literally today, this morning, and it makes my hair feel like it's greasy. Like I haven't washed it in 2 weeks. It's like coated. Oh, I hate it. Like I'm literally going to throw both of them away. The shampoo and I'm throwing them in the garbage. And I'm going to go buy myself the stupid expensive shampoo and conditioner because I cannot handle it. I cannot handle it. It's so bad. This morning I took a shower and I was just like complaining, you know, like not complaining, but you know, the worse than complaining, the bad word, complaining. I was doing that. Like, I hate this. This is stupid. This is the worst decision I ever made. I hate it. So anyway, self-care. So my next act of self-care is going to be buying myself a new bottle of shampoo and conditioner that will last me the next 5 years. and making a note to never, ever buy the cheap stuff ever again. Worst mistake. Donate them. I could donate them, Lindsay, but listen, they are so bad. I mean, it is such a bad product. It is so bad. I can empty them out and then recycle the bottle. Maybe that's what I'll do. They're so bad. Okay, so, all right. So, and that's probably also true that my hair is probably in shock. But yeah, like, oh my God. Oh wait, who's talking about budgeting? You need a budget. Oh. I do. So Lindsay, the budget that I use. Okay, you're saying that the other one is an electronic one. You need a budget. I'll have to look into that because yeah, that's a good idea. I still have to buy my budget book for the year. Yeah. Anyway, so I'll look into that because yeah, I do. I need to buy my budget book. I haven't yet. Oh, there goes my tablet. It died. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pull this up on my computer so that I can still kind of see what you guys are saying. I shouldn't have any sound. All right, here we go. So tell me, like, in terms of you need a budget, I have to look into it. Because the thing is with the one that I do now, I've been doing it for so long that I have the system in place, you know? So it's like, actually, I'm going to put this away too. So it doesn't take me a long time. I generally pop into it in the mornings, and it takes me like 5 to 10 minutes a day, as long as I just do it every day. But it's not a bad plan. Okay. So I did that. I got my hair done. The other thing that we did on the 26th is the kids started another activity. So now we have piano on Tuesdays. We've moved swim lessons to Sundays. And then Thursdays are, they're doing a Ninja Warrior training. And they love it. There's a facility right by us that does, it's basically like obstacle courses and strength training and all of that, where it's like if you've ever seen American Ninja Warrior on TV, it's basically like that, but they have it for kids, you know, so that they can reach stuff. And then they also have open gym hours, so adults can go and practice and train and all of that too. It's super cool. I knew it was something they would like, and I tried to talk them into doing it before. But they were like, no, you know. So I was like, well, let's just go drop in and try one out, because why not? Also, Jonah climbs freaking everything. And I was like, listen, I'm so tired of yelling at you for climbing on the banister. We had a towel rack, like a long metal towel rack that was hanging in the bathroom, in the kids' bathroom. And he got really excited and like jumped on it and was swinging on it and ripped it out of the wall. That was, 2 weeks ago he did that. He constantly hangs on the mantle on our fireplace. And so I have to be like, Jonah, like, I mean, and we don't let him. That's the thing. Like, we're not like encouraging that or laughing at that. Like, it's like a, you know, get down, get off of that. It's going to fall and it's going to hurt you. Like, you know, it's very sturdy and attached, but you know, how many times can a kid put all of their weight on it and it doesn't break? So it's a whole thing. So I was like, well, maybe if we do the Ninja Warrior training, then that gives you a place to get some of that climbing energy out. And then I don't have to say no. You know, you can just like, boop, go have fun, go climb stuff. And that. So we went and we did a trial run of it here. They loved it. They loved it. Afterwards, they're like, can we come here every day? And I was like, yeah, no. Or can we get to come once a week is our thing. You know, so we can't come every day. But they loved it. So they did it this week. We had to skip. No, we went this day too. So they've done it 2 weeks now. And it's really cool. Like, it's really cool to see just how much they're capable of. Izzy has always had incredible upper body strength. So I knew she was going to be good at it. Jonah is just a ball of energy. I just cannot get the child to sit still ever. You know, he's a ball of energy. So for him, it's a great way for him to get some of that out of his system. Anyway, so that's kind of the stuff that we've added. And that's what I was talking about at the beginning, that I was like, you know, making this really big change in careers, and what I'm doing has opened up and freed me up to be able to do these things with them. So I am now able to take Izzy to music lessons on Tuesdays and Ninja Warrior on Thursdays, and we bowl on Friday nights, or we have game nights, which is what Erin's doing this weekend, or book club weekends with my girlfriends, and Sundays are swimming. Like, we have so many activities that we're doing, which has been very beneficial with getting the kids off of screens, which has been a struggle. It's been a struggle. You guys probably all know that we have struggled with trying to get our kids to not stare at a screen all day. So just, it makes you feel like a better parent, you know, and I don't regret it. Okay, so Friday, I have a Christmas cactus downstairs in Erin's office, and it flowered. It's the first time I've had a cactus flower. It was beautiful, and I took a picture of it, and I was so happy because just a couple weeks prior, where was it that I posted? I think it was in September. I did a post. Where did I do it? I think it was September. No, it was October because I posted about my books. Here, on this Friday, I did a post that was like things I have been doing, things I haven't been doing. And one of the things I hadn't been doing was taking care of my plants very well. Like I major neglected them. And a lot of them got very angry. I think I lost one. One went on to the other side. I was really bad at it. And then I was like, no, I need to get back on track. So I got back on track here and I was doing good here. And then it flowered. I was like, yeah, I was so excited. So the cactus flowering is going in there. Then I'm also going to do, I got to remember here what else I had. Okay, so then I also went and volunteered in Jonah's Young Fives classroom for the first time this week. And now I'm doing that 2 times a month. I go in there for like an hour and a half and just help the teacher with, you know, getting the kids into activities, or sometimes they do like art pieces. They have free time where they get to go play. And so I just get to go there and hang out with them, get to know all the kids. It's so cool. It's so cool. I love it. So we're going to do school rocks to do that. Boop. So, and that's another thing that I've been able to kind of pick up and start doing. So we'll go school rocks. Okay. Is this gonna, yeah, okay. I was like, am I gonna run into an issue? No. Okay, school rocks, cool. So we'll talk about that. And then at the very bottom, I want to do a little stamp to represent bowling, because we went bowling again this week. Bowling is an every other week on Friday activity. And this week, Alex, so Caitlin's husband, Aaron's twin brother, bowled his best game ever. He got like over 200. I took a picture of it. I'm not using the picture of it, I don't think, but I took a picture of it. And it was over 200. It was amazing. He had six strikes in a row. You know, it was, yeah. It was an epic night for sure. So that's going on here too. Okay. So that is going to be Friday. And then Saturday, I took the kids to a place here in Michigan called Huckleberry Village, which is kind of like a old-fashioned little town that's a touristy thing. It's a, you know, like a, kids go there for field trips and that sort of thing. So in the month of October, they do a Ghost Train Express, and then they decorate the whole village for Halloween, and you go trick-or-treating. There's 20 different stops to go and get candy from. So we did that on Saturday. It was so fun. Definitely something we're going to go and do again. So for this one, I'm going to try and use this buildable Halloween house from Heidi Swap and put that on here. I've not used it yet though, so I'm like, I think maybe what, like you? Maybe I can do 2 of you. How do I want to do this? I'm like, I could put that there, and then what? Or I kind of want to do an extra section over here. Because what do I have for that day? This day we did family photos. Okay, so let's put... No. I want the tower. So let's do the tower. I'm just going to wing it. Should be fine. Let's see here. Okay, I'm reading your comment real quick. Let me see that. Yeah. For sure. So yes, a big piece of how I could do so much in terms of crafting and all of this stuff, or like the family, you know, all that, was because my kids were not in activities. And that was something that was it was a struggle in a way, because part of me wanted to have them in activities. And part of me was like, well, when the heck am I supposed to fit that in? I don't know how I'm supposed to fit that in. You know, like, I don't have time for that. How am I supposed to do that? So I didn't, you know, and then felt guilty about my kids don't do anything. So yes, everything comes with a sacrifice. Everything. And that was the sacrifice that I was making in order to do all the things. So it took, and it's hard because we talk a lot about as parents, as women, that it's like we need to take time for ourselves. Like we need to have self-care, and we need to do things for us. And I do believe in that. At the same time, it's like, but also, where is the balance between what we're able to do for ourselves and then what we could or should be doing for our kids? Like, I don't want my kids to miss out on things, but at the same time, I also don't want to sacrifice all of my time. And then, does that make me a bad person? You know? And that's just rhetorical, right? Rhetorical question. Does that make me a bad person to not really want to do the kids' activities, because that would mean that I would have to sacrifice the time that I dedicate for myself? So it was a struggle. But on the other side of it, we can still find time for ourselves. What am I doing right now? You know, like that's what I'm doing right now, is finding time to be able to do things for me. That time is still there. There's just far less of it. So it's letting go. For me, it's letting go of, I just don't have time to do October daily. I just don't have time to do December daily. I just don't have time to do story albums. Like, I just let it go, and just focus on one thing that I can potentially do. For me, that's what this has been. This has been my one thing. And hope that brings some fulfillment, you know, and then know that nothing lasts forever. You know, eventually my kids are going to be grown. They are not going to need me anymore. I will have time to come back and do this kind of stuff. If I can, at the very least, jot down a couple of notes, you know, make a couple of layouts about my kids where I can get their voices into the story, because ultimately that's what I want. And then let the rest go, then it's worth it. But to your point, definitely I was able to do a whole lot more because my kids were not in activities. For sure. Okay, so there is my buildable haunted house. It's so cool. I love that stamp set so much. This was the one that I was like, I'm not doing October Daily this year. I can probably use it in this, but if ever I do October Daily again, or like an October project or something, I will cry my eyes out if I don't have this. So I did get it. Because I knew myself. It's so stinking cool. Okay, so that is that. And then on Sunday, I just want to pop something on here about getting photos, family photos. So this one, I want to say this better together, and then the camera. And that should be good. Trying to think if I did anything else on Sunday. You know what? We went and got ice cream. I forgot about that. I'm going to put ice cream on here too. Yes, it was really cold this day. It was like 40 degrees, I think. And my dad drove my sister and Axel, my brother-in-law, and Sophia, my niece. He drove them to get their pictures done too. And he's like, we passed on the way here this amazing ice cream place, and we should go get ice cream. We're like, it's so cold. And he's like, but it's so good. So we're like, okay, sure. And it was worth it. It was good. So I'm going to put that on here too, because I forgot about it. Soon I'll share some of the family photos that we got. They are so good. I love them. I love them. That's one of the things that I'm definitely really glad we started doing. This was our 3rd year getting them done, and it's a tradition that will continue. This year, actually, funny story about family photos that I'm going to tell you after I find an ice cream to put on there. Oh, here we go. Here's one. So here's a funny story. So this year for Halloween, Izzy decided she wanted to be Eevee, which is a Pokemon. She's been a Pokemon trainer before. This year she wanted to be the Pokemon. When she was a Pokemon trainer, Erin and I both got like onesie costumes. Mine is an evolution of Eevee. Actually, his is too. But I was like, well, I'll dress up in that costume again. And then, you know, you be the Eevee. So then you're Eevee and I'm like your evolution. And that's really cute. Jonah wanted to be Luigi for the 2nd year in a row. If you are not familiar with Jonah and his Halloween costume tradition, when Jonah was a baby, we dressed him up as a pumpkin. When he was, he was a pumpkin. And then when he was 1, he wanted to be a pumpkin. So he was a pumpkin again. And then when he was 2, is that right? I'm trying to think. He was a pumpkin for like 3 or 4 years in a row. He just every year was like, I want to be a pumpkin. So we're like, all right, guess you can be a pumpkin again. And then last year, when he was 4, he wanted to be Luigi from Mario. So he was Luigi. And Erin was Mario. So then this year, when I asked him, what do you want to be for Halloween this year? Do you know what he said? First of all, he goes, I want to be a pumpkin. I was like, no. Not again. They don't make pumpkin costumes in your size. Like, you're too old for that. I didn't say that, you know, but I'm like, really? You want to be a pumpkin? You know? He's like, actually, no. I want to be Luigi. And I said, you want to be Luigi again? He's like, yeah. And I was like, I mean, okay, your costume still fits you from last year, so I guess, you know, costumes are done. You could be Luigi. So he was Luigi. So that meant, because Erin wanted to dress up in theme with him, that Erin was Mario again this year. It got to an activity. What did we do? I think it might have been the Zubu, or maybe it was one of the things that we did. We got all dressed up. And Aaron's like, oh no, I don't have a stick-on mustache, which is what we've used in the past. He's like, but I haven't shaved in a while. He's like, so maybe I'll just shave myself to have a mustache. So he did. And it was awesome. We're like, this is awesome. Yes, I love the fact that your mustache is a real mustache. So, flash forward to photograph weekend. It's, I think, Wednesday. We're talking about photos. And he's like, oh no, our photo day is 2 days before Halloween. And I need my mustache for Mario. Like, what am I going to do? Do I shave it and go get a fake one? Or do I just leave the mustache? Like, what do I do? My mom, who is very opinionated and she knows it, she's like, no, definitely shave it off. Like, you don't have that for your family photos. And so that was the plan. But then on Sunday or on Saturday or Sunday, whatever, as we got towards the day, I was like, you know what? Family photos are something that's a tradition. This is something we're going to be doing every year. So who cares if you have a mustache this year? Like, let it be a marker of time. Like, oh, look at me with my giant mustache. That was the year that I dressed up like Mario, you know? It's so funny. So he had his mustache for family photos. It's awesome. So he had it here. He went trick-or-treating with it and then immediately shaved it off at the end of the day on Halloween. So he no longer has a mustache, but it was pretty epic. I loved it. All right, so we're going to move on to the next one. So I am now done with purple. I'm going to put that away. And we're done with green, and we're done with yellow. So let me put these all away. Now that goes there, and this one goes there, and that one goes there. Okay. All I need is orange and black. So that's what we're going to do for the week of Halloween. I don't need this. I do need this. All right, let me see you guys. I'm popping over to your comments real quick to see what I've missed, because I think a lot of this I'm going to have to go back afterwards and reread your stuff. Okay. Oh, okay, yes. Activities, homework, dinner, bedtime. Yep. Okay. Callie, I'm gonna answer your question about dinner and stuff. Well, that was from a while back too. I'm glad it's not only my kids that dress up as the same characters every year. I'm like, wait, what? Next year, we've already decided, though, I just have to remember when we get to next year, that we're going to do pirates as a whole family. Because they're both down for that. I was like, I really just want to do, like, a whole family costume. You know? And preferably something that I can maybe make. Because that would be really cool. And we decided on pirates, so cool. Now, Callie, I saw your comment from earlier where you were asking about how you time manage with dinner and homework and all of that. For us, Jonah right now doesn't really actually get homework, but we have been practicing his writing because he doesn't hold a pen, he doesn't hold things right. Like, you're supposed to hold it like this with your pointer finger and your thumb, and it rests on the middle finger. That's how you're supposed to hold it. That is not how I hold it. I hold it with my middle finger and my pointer finger, and I rest it on this finger here. Jonah uses all of them. He like puts all of his fingers on there, and then it like, so we're trying to correct his grip because it's not right. So with him, we practice tracing letters. That is his homework. It takes him only maybe 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes to do it. Izzy has to read for 20 minutes a day, and she has to do one math worksheet Monday through Friday. If she doesn't get it done Monday through Friday, then she can do it on the weekend. It's just due every Monday, but there are sheets for every school day, if that makes sense. So I keep a clipboard and pencils in my car, And so then when I pick, because I have to pick them up from school, we do school of choice here, which just means that our kids, we signed our kids up to go to a school district other than the school district in which we live. We live in the Holly School District, but my kids go to Fenton schools. With school of choice, you have to provide all of the transportation, right? The buses aren't going to bring them to our house and to school. So that's kind of one of the caveats to doing school of choice. So I pick them up from school. They jump in the back seat. Izzy gets her clipboard and puts her math homework into it. And then she does her 1 page of math on the way to the activities, or you know, as we're like, if we're at swim lessons and a kid's getting their hair dried, you know, she can do it then, or, you know, that sort of thing. So we try to get it done during car rides just because it's really difficult to do at home, or they're just pooped out by the time we get home. They don't want to do it, which I get. So that's what we do for her. And then for reading, Erin and I lay down with the kids at night every night. It's like 30 minutes to an hour of our day. But again, one of those things, it's not going to last forever. So we're just going to enjoy it while it lasts. So when we lay down with her in her bed, we set a timer for 20 minutes, and she reads while I read, or she reads while Aaron does whatever he does. Reads, or, you know, studies for his stuff, or probably more likely sits on his phone. But at the very least, she's getting her reading in, right? So that's how we manage homework. With meals, what we do, Aaron works from home. I go to work early because, again, we school a choice. So I go to work at 7 is when I get to the office, and I get off of work at 3 so I can drive and go pick the kids up. Aaron starts work at 8:30, so he can drop the kids off to school, but then he has to work until 5:30. So our schedules are a little like staggered in that way. While I'm doing kids' activities, he finishes up work and then he gets dinner started. Aaron pretty much does probably 75% of the cooking in the house. I take care of lunches. I pack the kids' lunches. Right now, I've been packing them in the morning. I really need to get better and pack them in the evening because I want to start working out some days of the week. In order for me to do that, I have to leave my house at like 5:30, and I don't want to have to wake up ridiculously early so I can pack lunches, you know. I'd rather do that at night. So yeah, he cooks breakfast and he feeds them breakfast, and then he generally cooks dinner, and we typically eat dinner by like 6:30 at night. Sometimes 7, depending. But it's a big help to have him help me with that. If I had to cook dinner too, we would have to eat really late, and then we'd just immediately go to bed, you know. It'd be harder. So I know that is not everybody's situation. Like not everybody's husbands cook dinner, and that's something I'm very grateful for. So, but you know, that's a big part of how we're able to do all the things, for sure. Let's do that. This. I will say that what it means in terms of Aaron and I. A lot of times as we live the weeks, it feels like all we do is work and chores and cook and deliver kids places and put them to bed. Like we rarely get to have time just us together. Like that has taken a big hit. We do get family time on the weekends, and we get to bowl together on Friday nights, which is really cool. So like we do have time together, but it's not an everyday thing. We hardly ever watch TV. Hardly ever. I did last night. I did actually go watch a show last night. That was fun. I stayed up way too late. Way too late. But that was kind of fun. It was a little treat. But we don't really watch a lot of TV. We have one show that we watch every week on Thursday nights, and that is Survivor. Survivor comes on Wednesday nights. We record it, and then we watch it with the kids, kind of like before and after dinner. And then On the Fridays that we don't bowl, we have a family movie night. So we watch, like one movie a week and one 1 hour show. Well, I guess it's an hour and a half. 1 hour and a half show. That's it. I read quite a bit, and Aaron and the kids play video games together. That's like their favorite thing to do. We do not allow screens or video game. Well, I guess video games are screens. We don't allow screens Monday through Thursday. There's just, first of all, I don't have time for it. There's just no time for it. And then also, our kids have a better mood, a better outlook on their days when they don't sit on a screen all day or all evening. Like they're better behaved, So we don't do screens Monday through Thursday. And then on Fridays we watch TV, like we watch a movie, or on bowling nights we allow the kids to bring their tablets and their video games and play that. Generally on Saturdays, we have a lazy Saturday morning where the kids and Aaron play video games together. I'm not really I like video games, but I don't know. When there's so little time to spend on things, video games are not at the top of my list of things I want to spend time on. So to still feel included with them, I will sit in the living room with them while they play their games, but I am usually reading a book because that's more fun to me. Where am I at here? Pumpkins. I need this. So scheduling wise, I guess that's kind of how it is. Sundays are our refresh days. So the days that we try to get like all of the homework collected for the week, cleaning around the house, get that stuff done, make sure the budget's ready to go. Like that's kind of I call it a reset because it's just preparing for the week ahead. We meal plan, we make a grocery list. We also have some help from our local family on 2 days of the week. So on Mondays, our family friends that are, kind of like grandparent figures to my kids, or their aunt and uncle figures to my kids, they pick the kids up from school, they bring them back to their house, and they feed them dinner, hang out, and then they bring them home at bedtime. It's awesome. It is awesome. So that happens every Monday. And then every Wednesday, my parents do the same thing. They pick the kids up from work, or not from work. They pick the kids up from school, bring them back to their house, feed them dinner, and then drop them off at bedtime. On Mondays, while the kids are with their aunt and uncle, I go do the grocery shopping. And because grocery shopping takes a million hours. It doesn't, but it probably takes 2 hours to do all the grocery shopping. It's such a pain. And I've done the grocery pickup thing before that takes less time, but it costs more money. So I always go and I do it myself. I take the time, suck it up, and I go and I do it. I want a shopping cart. And then on Wednesdays, when my parents have the kids, it's kind of a toss-up of what happens. And sometimes I come home and get some cleaning done, or like laundry done, that sort of thing. Sometimes Aaron and I will go have dinner together, kind of like a way for us to spend time together, or we'll cook dinner together, just to help try to make up some of the time that we don't get together as much these days. And what else do I do? Sometimes if I am going to have like a phone call with a friend to catch up, I schedule those for Wednesdays because I don't have the kids here, that sort of thing. So having a little bit of help from the family makes a really, really, really big difference. It does. And I also know that that is not everybody's situation. And that we're definitely grateful that we have that. Okay, so I think I want to, did not order. No. Sure. I didn't really get a coffee, but no, I'm not going to do coffee. I'm going to do this little sack. Makes me think of like a grocery sack. Just to fill some more of this in. Okay. right, so that is that. This day for work, I actually created these really cute tags, like referral tags, that Kate went and bought a bunch of little pumpkins, like maybe like not a pie pumpkin, but a little bit bigger than that. And I made tags that could hold a business card, and it said, you know, I'll always carve out time for you and your referrals, and like decorated it with some stamps. So I was able to do something a little bit crafty, creative for my actual job. And then I spent all of Monday and half of Tuesday driving around to clients' houses and surprise dropping off pumpkins to them. It was really fun. That was such a fun thing to do. Okay, so there's that. Then we've got Halloween, which yes. Oh, and for I see you guys that are like, that it doesn't cost money for Target to do it. The problem that I found with grocery pickup is not necessarily that the service itself was a lot of money. So like we had a local grocery store that did it, and it was like $50 for the whole year. And that's really not bad, right? The problem that I found was that the products that they offer on their website, they don't offer everything. And a lot of times they don't offer the cheaper versions, or they would make substitutions, and the substitutions would be like the really expensive version of whatever it is I wanted. So it just ended up costing me more money to order my groceries and pick them up than it did for me to go in. Like it was a lot harder to browse an entire section of, like, let's say I want ketchup, right? And you've got Heinz ketchup, and you've got, I don't know, other brand ketchup. And then you have the store brand ketchup. And then you have, you know, like different size ketchup. You're like, when you look at the ketchup aisle, it's this big section of ketchup, right? And I would want to be able to see prices and to be able to gauge, like, okay, for this amount of ounces, like, what is it per ounce, blah, blah, to try and figure out pricing. Generally, we buy things that are store brand because they're basically the same thing and they're significantly cheaper. I don't know. For me, it was more about having more control over exactly what was getting picked and then what the prices would be, because I also have a very specific and somewhat tight budget that I use for shopping for groceries. So it gives me the choice to be like, okay, you know, I have X amount of dollars for groceries. So, you know, do I want the name brand version of this, or I don't know. So it's just about control. But I know that some places don't charge, and that the service itself is not too bad. Okay, so for Halloween, for Halloween this year, we went trick-or-treating. We actually hosted trick-or-treating here in our neighborhood at our house. My parents came over. They got to hand out candy. Caitlin, Alex, May, and Elric came over. And then our friends, the Prues, which is Ryan, Izzy's like best friend Brian, and their daughter Elsie. And the parents, they came over. So we had a house full of people. We bought pizza. It was a sunny, like somewhat cloudy, but not terribly cloudy, nice day. It was chilly. It was maybe like 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, it was chilly, but it wasn't terrible. And then as it got darker, it got colder, and, you know, to be expected. But right at the time that trick-or-treating started, which for us, it starts at 6 p.m. and it ends at 8 p.m., at 6 o'clock on the dot, it started snowing. And I mean, like, big snow. Big snow. A lot of snow. So it was our first snow of the year. It was on Halloween this year, which I'll take over rain. It was much better than last year's freezing rain. But Still not ideal trick-or-treating weather. By the time when did I look at it? I want to say it was the end of the night, and then the next morning, I think we got somewhere around an inch of snow. Like it stuck and it piled. Like I think it was about an inch of snow is what we got that night. And it was just stupid. It was just absolutely stupid. So, trick or treat / first snow. Okay, so there's that. Then we've got Wednesday. What did I have for Wednesday? Oh, I never even pulled anything for Wednesday. Shoot. Okay, well, that's okay. Because I can use, I'm going to use this. And I'm going to use, gotta find you. Oh, you know what? Actually, lies. I have something I want to put in here. So on Wednesday the 1st and Thursday the 2nd, our family always celebrates Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. And I just gotta find what I did with it. I know that I have them. Aha, this one. Did I put you in plants? Okay. Anyway, so we always celebrate Dia de los Muertos. This year, for the first year it's been over 10 years. My grandma passed away in 2009. So the first time since she passed away, we actually went to her gravesite, or her burial site. She wasn't actually like buried. She was cremated and put into like a memorial wall because she's in a military cemetery. So I took the kids, my mom came with me, and we went and visited my grandma. And that was really pretty special. So we did that. And then I came home and I made pan de muerto, bread of the dead, and just had a day like that. So I have this stamp and it makes me think of marigolds. And that's what I'm going to use because marigolds are the flower of Dia de los Muertos. Marigold petals are supposed to help your loved ones travel to you. And they're just like a traditional decoration that you would use on your ofrenda. We did set up our ofrenda, but I set it up on the first, like I've been like seriously slacking in my desire to decorate. Like it's been bad. But, Okay, so we're going to do it like that. And I can write about it. Just the day in general. And I also want to do some of these down at the bottom. Which kind of works too. So I'll do like... Which kind of works. Okay, so we got that. And we got this. And the kids really liked it too. It was find where she was at. It's cool that my mom got to go too. It was her mom. So it was my mom's mom. She passed away young. She was only 65. And it was kind of a freak thing. It's from swine flu. So just a whole thing, right? Anyway, so I'm really glad I remembered this. This was another American Crafts stamp set that was kind of perfect, and it is Spanish. It has some Spanish words on here, but for me, the flower is what I really wanted. Okay, so there's that. That's going to be there. Then I've got Thursday. We are almost there. Thursday, we did Ninja Warrior training again. So I've got this. I'm going to do Move More. And then, is anybody on here a Survivor fan and watching the current season? Because we watched the newest episode on Thursday night and it was epic. It was so good. Like, I think about, Erin and I were talking, we're like, you know how people get really into football and sports and they like scream and yell at the TV and jump up and down and high five and stuff like that. That is how we behaved at this episode. Like we were literally like screaming and high fiving, and we were having such a good time. We freaked our cats out. Like they all ran and dispersed because they're like, what is happening right now? You guys are so loud. It was so fun. Anyway, we started watching Survivor again this year. It's a show that Erin and I have loved forever. I watched it as a teenager with my family, and then watched it with him when we were first dating, and then we hadn't really watched it in a while. But we were like, you know what? This could be a really cool show to watch with the kids. It's family friendly. It's games and puzzles and, you know, all that. Of course there's drama, but you get to like pick a team and it's really fun. So we started watching it with the kids, and our kids really love it too. So I love having a family show that everybody can enjoy. So for the longest time, we've had to watch like cartoons with the kids. You know, it's like, I would really like to watch an adult show that is good for kids too. And so that's what this has kind of filled. So anyway, if you are a Survivor fan and you watched last week's episode and you saw the end, you saw what happened at the tribal council, then you'll know what it is that Erin and I were ecstatic about. Okay, so I want to do, I was thinking about using this one. I don't know. I also kind of want this stamp. This is watch, because this has it says this episode. I kind of want that. So epic. So good. I cannot wait for the next episode to come out. Anyway. All right, so let me put this on here. We've got this episode. And okay, do I want any kind of icon? Maybe like this clicker could be cute. Well, it would have been better if I pressed better, but oh well, that's fine. Okay, so that's that one. And then all I have left is last night or yesterday. And then we're all caught up on this part. So what did I have for you? Right, I was going to do okay, so in this one, I just want to stamp out Tito. Whoop, because the kids went to go stay at their grandpa's house. I'm going to go pick them up later today. I don't know when I'm picking them up. I need to figure it out. Caitlin, you're here. Caitlin, when are you picking up May from Tito's house? When are you going? Because then we can go at the same time. Let's see here. Okay, Lynn, I cannot wait for you to watch it. It's so good. It's such a good one. And then you'll know when you get to tribal council that stuff gets crazy. It's so good. Okay, so that. And that. T. Oh. Perfect. Fits perfectly. Yes. Okay. That was not planned. It just worked out. Okay, so we've got that. Tito is what my kids call their grandpa on Erin's side. Their grandma, like Erin's grandma, has always been Tita. We've always called her Tita. And so when his dad was picking out a name for himself, he picked out Tito. So cute. Okay, So then I'm also throwing on here this currently playing. The guys are having their game weekend. Put that here. This says, yes, it's circle. It says currently playing. And then in the center, I'm going to add this little board game icon to represent the guys' board game weekend. Aaron, my husband, Alex, his twin brother, Axel, my sister Haley's husband, and then our friend Brandon, who was Aaron and Alex's childhood friend. They've known him since they were 5. And our old neighbor, Adam. So the 5 guys get together once a month to play board games. They go to my parents' house. So my parents have this really awesome finished basement. So they go there. And then my brother-in-law, Axel, has a YouTube channel for board games. So they actually spend the weekend filming the gameplay, and then my brother-in-law edits it and then puts it online for people to watch. So that's what they're doing this weekend, is they're recording a bunch of games and doing all that. So fun times for them. Okay, and then the last thing I have is this. I want to put craftiness is my happiness. You know what? Sure, let's do that. So this is going to represent doing a live last night. So then the rest of this week, there are still 2 days left. I actually don't fill these out until the day has happened, because you never know what can happen in a day. So those I will save for another time. Hopefully if I do this the way I should do this, then I will do that before I go to bed tonight, and I will do that before I go to bed tomorrow. That's ideally how I want to do this project. Just doesn't always happen. Okay, so that is that. Oh, it means we are done with this. Woohoo! Oh wait, not that. That I'm gonna need for writing. I'm done with that. Okay, so I've got 2 more things to do. So we've got the calendar page to fill in photos. What time is it? It's 2. Okay. Oh, Caitlin, what time are you going? You're going to ask me the same thing. That's so funny. I don't know. I don't know what time to go over there. Anyway, so I've got to put pictures here. I did already cut out some pieces to go here and add my week numbers. And then I have one for November too. So I might throw those in. Again, you guys, this is just my accountability, my way of making sure I do these things. So you guys can hang out as long as you want. Check out when you need to go. Craft along with me. Do whatever you want to do. Okay, so for October, the days in the calendar are a little bit smaller than the previous month, because this week there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I had to adjust the size of my pictures just slightly. I think what I want to do is add this first. This is just a sticker paper that I get from Stationery Pal. So let's actually put this on here. And then, okay, so there's that one. I have November's as well. I should have cut one for December too, but I didn't. Okay, so we've got November. I'm just going to go ahead and add on here too. Okay, so we've got that. I also cut out some of these little tiny headers. In September, I have the headers a bit fatter. I don't like it fat like that, so I made them only 1 slice this time. Instead, so it's just going to cover up the words. That's it. Got one there. I did not do this for November yet. Just cut these little pieces out anyway. Okay. And then there. And I like it better thin. I feel like the scale is better. These are just to write in highlights for the month for each person in the family. So, you know, like 4 of the biggest highlights for me, 4 of the biggest highlights for Izzy, you know, 4 for Jonah, 4 for Aaron. So there's that. Okay, next, grab this over here. Okay, so next I want to stamp in, I might go to November first. Okay, what do we got? So this is week 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Yeah, it's gonna be solid enough. Okay. And for these, I actually use a different ink. Do I? I don't know if I do or not. You know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to use what I got. I have another ink that's a little bit darker, but I don't think that matters that much. Okay, so this is week 44. Okay, and we're going to have 45, 46, 47, 48. All right, so we'll go 40. 45. 6. This way November is just set up and ready to go. 47, 48. Anybody doing something fun today? Or tomorrow? Okay, and we're going to flip back to this one. So this is week 44 again. So we got 44, 43, 42, 41, yeah, 40. Okay. And then 39, 43. Let me see here. A massive laundry day. In-laws are coming from Lansing to stay with us next week. Oh, that's fun. Working on bills for the restaurant. Oh yeah, fun times. Bills and budgets, super fun, super fun. $42. Oh. $0. And a 9. And then we've got all that. Nope, not this one. Boy, would I have been upset. Okay, no. 49. 39. Okay, there we go. So there's all my week numbers. I've got my little highlight titles. I did write my lines and draw some things on here to make it look more like a mind map. I want to color that orange, I want to color this pumpkin too, actually. But I want not such a bright orange. I think I have another one. Yeah, I do. This one's a little more muted. Let's. I feel like it needs the color down here. Okay. There we go. Just the pumpkin patch. Okay. So we've got that. This I can put back. Okay. So then on here I can write, make sure this is a, looks fine. Okay, so let's go. We'll go Crystal's highlights. Erin's highlights. Isabella's highlights and Jonah's highlights. Okay, so that's my titles. Boom, bada bing. I'll fill that in later. I still need to go through and write in all this stuff too, but again, I'll do that later. Okay, so I'm going to stick this over here for the moment. Let's stick these down. So I'm just going to add just a bit of double-sided adhesive into the middle of each square. Over a bit more, yeah. Okay. And then these will be pictures of all the things that we just stamped about. And some filler ones too. Okay. So here we go. Oops. Okay, so we've got the first, second, we had to take the car in to get repaired. The third, nope. The third was Izzy getting her dentist appointment, her teeth pulled. Wednesday the 4th, Jonah was sick. I got to join in on the One Little Word Zoom. And we've got Thursday was book club for my book club pick, Meddling Kids. Friday, I shared a picture of my October TBR, which I got through about half of it. It's pretty good. The 7th, we did the Glenlore Trails Haunted Forest. Sunday, the kids went to go to a horse show. Monday, we did some makeup bowling. I bowled 2 games of 142s, 142 pins. It was really, I had a really good night. I had, I had 142, 121, and another 142. Tuesday night, Aaron played games. I can't remember if he played with just his brother or if it was all the guys. Wednesday, we had parent-teacher conferences. Thursday was just a random picture of Izzy and Pumpkin like cuddling together. They're so cute. And okay. Friday, Aaron made a homemade breakfast pizza, which needs a little bit of work. He knows it. He's going to try to perfect it. Saturday, I did my one little word prompt. Sunday, we went to Potter Park to do Boo at the Zoo. Monday, I have a random picture of a cat that Aaron took. Why not? I didn't have anything else to document from that day, so that is that. All right, Tuesday, I have a picture of work, one of the work entrances and all the leaves out there. On Wednesday, my mom and I, nope, that's Friday. Is it Friday? Oh no, Wednesday, this was the day Kate and I went to the restaurant. That's right. I feel like I'm missing a day here. Because this would have been Sunday. This would have been here. I feel like you did not go there. I think you go here. That definitely goes there. Yes. I think I missed some days. What the heck? What days did I miss? The 18th and the 19th? Okay, I'm going to have to figure those out. How did I miss that? Okay, well, we'll stick the rest of these down first. We've got coding class. I finished the Fourth Wing book that day. I just found some fan art. Izzy, no. You don't go there. This is piano lessons. Somehow I messed this all up. Okay, piano lessons, steak dinner. Okay. Ninja Warrior. Okay, got. And then these two. So, okay. So maybe what I'll do is just throw you here. Unless I have something else I was going to put there. How did I do that? Okay. Ninja Warrior. Cactus. This was the Huckleberry Village and Ghost Train. This was getting our pictures done. This is me, Caitlin, Haley, and Tammy, who's my photographer, our family photographer and a good friend. And then pumpkin deliveries and Halloween. So, what did I miss? Let's find out real quick. Okay. Lindsay, I did like it. I 5-starred that one. I really liked it. I will say that I'm not like huge into like spicy romance kind of stuff. So that part was like, oh, is it almost over? You know, like, but can we speed through this? This isn't what I want to hear. But I also listened to it. But there was like a whole section that you're like, whoa, this is like, I mean, do we really got to say all those words? Anyway, that part was probably the only part that I could have lived without. But I did really like that book. I did. But I know that some people didn't like it, and that's fine too. All right, so what did I forget? Let's find out. And I'll just print them really fast. Because now I have tape on there. All right, so good. Need to open, please. Oh, nope, cancel. Open. What the heck? Okay. 1, 2. What did I miss? I got all those. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh, 21. No, okay. I did miss 2 days. Shoot. All right. All right. What do we got? Let's look at. Okay, so I'm missing a picture for Wednesday the 18th and Thursday the 19th. So what happened on those days? The Pruse and book club. Okay. Okay, I can fix this pretty easy. So I did put you on the 20th. So for here, all I'm gonna do, okay, I need to go here, 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 here. We're going to crop you. Okay, and then we're going to do this. Okay, well, let's print that off and then we will be filled. Whoops. Okay. All right. Come on, print. There we go. All right, so let's print that out. I had a Twilight vibe. I could see that. Oops. I could see that a little bit. You know what though, Lindsay, so in October, I counted them last night. I forget how many. I read a lot of books in October, and I read a lot of books that I really did not like. And so I think after reading so many that I just could have, put down and walked away from, it was so nice to read a book that was actually good, So, yeah, but I liked it. Okay. So I'm just going to stick this one down here for book club, which actually you need to go on Thursday. So this can go on here for Wednesday, and then you can be my Thursday. Boom, bada bing, and we're good. We got them all. Okay, so there's my pictures. We got pictures, we got stamping. I need to write my notes in here, which I can do. I've got the 2 days left for this week. That, and then we're on to November. We already have this here. I will add that stuff later. And then I just have my November prep to do. I might just do this real quick because this won't take me long. I have it all pulled. So for prepping November, I pulled a couple of different stamps to add into here. So we'll do that real quick. I'm just going to do it with black. Everything's going to be black for this part because that's easy. So I think this one, maybe I'll just try to use all stamps from this gratitude set since we're in November. So say stories of gratitude. I actually should probably start at the end. A lot of times I do that so that I don't press down on top of ink. This is not Thanksgiving, so that I'm going to put on the week of Thanksgiving. This one will say, be obsessively grateful. Okay. This one, actually this one I'm going to say, give thanks. What do I do with the circle? Okay, keep it there. And then thankful can go here. Okay, so then we've got all those filled in. Next, then I actually don't need all of these. I can just put them all back. Okay, so we've got all that. All right, then I want to do these icons because I'm going to start tracking this again. We'll see, as long as I keep up on it. So we've got this little picture that represents Instagram. So we'll go Instagram, 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 and then YouTube. The stats don't matter as much to me anymore, if I'm honest. It doesn't matter as much anymore because it's not my job anymore, but it is still fun to go back through old stat trackers and see growth. It is still fun to see that. So I do like continuing to track the things just for that, just for the fun part, you know? And then I need the books. Here they are. So we've got books. This is to track my book club participants. I talked a little bit about book club last night. If you weren't at that last night, or you're not going to watch the replay, through my Patreon, which I shut down at the end of August, I used to host a monthly book club. The book club became one of my most favorite things, my most favorite parts about the Patreon, and I wanted that to continue even though it was shut down. So we moved it temporarily to just kind of a Facebook group thing. It's called Shelf Life Book Club. Think bookshelf, so shelf, and then a hyphen life, because we talk about books on our bookshelf and we also talk about life. And then book club, so Shelf Life Book Club on YouTube. You're more than welcome to join. Right now it's just a free thing for whoever wants to do it. I just have questions to answer so that we keep out the creepers. But then in January, we're going to make it into its own Patreon thing, all of its own. And by we, I am talking myself, my sister Haley, my sister-in-law Caitlin, and our very good friend Sarah. So the four of us are going to co-host a book club Patreon starting in 2024. But for now, for the rest of this year, the book club is just a free thing. So you can come and join and check it out if you're somebody who likes to read. In November, we're reading The House with Chicken Legs, which is a middle grade book. And in December, we are reading The Keeper of Lost Things, which I think it was technically our magical realism pick, but it's also kind of like contemporary fiction. I don't know. It's hard to say what the genre is. So that's my plug. So that's why I track the books, because just to see, like, participant-wise, where are we at? And then when it is a Patreon, I'll track the Patreon numbers using the same icon. These are to track the things that I read during the week, the things that that's the last one. So what I was reading, what we were playing, generally as a family, or what the kids were playing that week. I also track what I watch, or what we watch, and then starting in October, I am doing the things that we ate, which reminds me, I gotta find those stamps. There's one. None of you. Nope. 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 Here it is. Okay. Whoop. This one and this one. So I've got the TV and that. And then really this is all I do to prep it. So I just make sure I've got this section done, that I've got this section done, And then the rest of it is, you know, as we go. Because I'll pick the colors as we go. I don't stamp anything or write anything until the day has already happened. So the prep is pretty quick and easy. And I also will put little titles underneath so that we know what they represent. There's that. This one I want to do this Instapot again. It's cute. Okay. Instapot. And Instapot. Okay, so there's that. This part's already done. All I need are the little titles, and then we'll be done. That'll be it for this weekend. Grab my titles. These are an incredibly old Allie Edwards set. I think they're from like 2019 maybe. It's super old. But one of my favorites. Okay, so this one is Watching, right? Yes. So we'll go Watching, 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 Watching. Okay, we've got Eating, which can also double up as drinking. So like, I tried out a new mulled cider recipe for Halloween, so I'm going to add that to the Halloween week, which I guess is this week. It's kind of weird to think of it being that this week is Halloween week. It sure doesn't feel like it anymore. Okay, there's Reading, and then I also need Playing. Okay, that'll be fine. So, Reading, 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 and Playing. Nope, you need to be moved a little bit. Playing, Playing, and Playing. Okay. All right, so that's it for stamping. Woohoo! I'm so excited for this to be caught up. So excited. I'll have to like film a little flip of it after I get everything written in, just so you guys can see what it looks like when you do have everything written in, because it makes it look way better. Let's draw in some lines, and then we'll call this done. We'll do a final flip, and then we'll say goodbye for the day. While I'm doing this, I want to say thank you, everybody who was able to just spontaneously come and hang out with me. I'm hoping to be able to do some more of these into the future. It's just, you know, based on time and based on whether we can get some childcare on the weekends when Aaron does game weekends, because that's like the most ideal time for me to do something like this. So I'm hoping to do these, so maybe to have one again in December, maybe when we come back from Disney before, well, that's November, so maybe like that first week in December or something, or the second week in December, sometime. I'm hoping to come back and do this again, because it's just nice. It's nice to get some time to hang out with you all. I will say that with my new job and what I do, a lot of times it's just me in the office by myself, and coming from a field that was much more community, conversation based, especially getting used to doing lives, and I used to do coffee hours and all that stuff. I don't get the same kind of interaction that I used to, and it oftentimes feels very lonely. And then, as I'm sure many of us can probably relate to, my husband doesn't always care about, like my work day or my crafty adventures or my like he cares about my feelings, but he just doesn't always want to talk about it. And, I like to talk about that kind of stuff. So it's nice. It's so nice to come and be in community with other people who think similarly to me or who are engaged or enjoy things that are similar to me. It just feels really, really good to talk to you all and to just have that again. So thank you for coming here. Thank you for being with me over the last 2 days while I got caught up on this. That feels really good, for being my accountability partners and just for in general being a part of my life. Thank you. Thank you for being here. If and when I have a chance to do this again, I'll probably do the same thing where I'll just post it on Instagram and say like, hey, guess what? I have time. Let's hang out. And if you can come, great. If you can't, the replays will always be available. And if you don't have the time or energy to watch those, that's a-okay. We'll eventually be able to touch base again. I can show you real quick what got accomplished. We finished up this page last night. Here is October's page. We've got the 5 weeks that I need to now write in all of the stuff in here. So there's all 6 weeks. And then we got November ready to go. As a gauge, so you can see, I'll flip through August and September. So here's kind of what it looks like when you get the writing in there. See how it makes it like pop just way more. It just feels better because it's all filled, So like here's another one where everything's written in and it just, makes it feel less naked. This feels very naked still, but it won't forever. So once I get these filled in, maybe I'll do a quick flip so you guys can see it and share that. But otherwise, that's it, friends. That is it for now. I hope you all have a really good rest of your weekend. I probably won't see many of you until after Thanksgivings or, close to December. So have an awesome rest of November. I will see you all when I see you. Yeah. Have a great weekend. Have a great day. Have a great fall. Bye, friends. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.